Okay, so we're going to try and stop this sort of thing happening, which is somebody has basically overwritten your formula. So in this cell, if something was chosen here, then the description wouldn't come up because the formula's been deleted. Okay, so we're going to try and stop anything like that happening. So let me just fill that formula over that cell again. Because we're designing this for other people to use, we're going to basically stop them as much as possible being able to mess it up, and also give them some sort of help. So one of the things that we can do is we can have some sort of input message coming up to help the user. So for example, under number required here, if we highlight this, so we've got some data validation on here already. So let's just see what other options we've got under data validation. So we set the condition for data validation, but the other thing we can do is we can actually have a help message for somebody. So this could be the title of the actual message box that's going to come up. So I'll just call this number required because that's what this message is going to be about. And what I'm going to say to the user is I'm going to say, please enter a value between greater than 0. Okay, so I'll just say that and say OK. And what happens is when you move your mouse over, the message comes up to help the user with what it is that they should be entering in there. And we can apply the same sort of thing here. We can say, select from the drop-down list that appears. Okay, so we need 2 examples of help for the user, and again we will have to update our design to show where we've done that. And by this time you're going to have quite a lot of stuff written all over your design sheet, so you might want to put things like that on the back if that helps. Okay, because what we're worried about with the design is that it's legible, so we can actually read what you're writing. So we can do validation like that. The next thing I want to do is just have another look at the requirements here, which are very specific. On page 18 it says the invoice should be well presented, so we've done that with fonts, etc., and formatting it. Have space for 10 different items, so we have set that up. It will be printed on company headed paper, that's good, which means we don't have to create a logo. And it says you need to leave 4 centimeters blank at the top of the page. Okay, so let's just see how we're going to do that, because at the moment what we've got is we've got these blank rows at the top, which might actually be sort of wasted space. So I can delete these so the invoice starts right at the top. And again, you can change some of the things around to just make it appear better. And we can state that we've changed this from our design, because you're building this and thinking about the design at the same time. Okay, now to do the 4 centimeters, that's going to be under page layout, and you've got margins here, and you choose custom margins right at the bottom. And so we just say, well, set the top margin to be 4 centimeters. And so because you're proving that you have done this, you might actually need to take a screenshot of this, because it won't be that straightforward for somebody to see that you've actually done it, and then paste it in Word and say, I set the margins to 4 centimeters, and then say okay, so that's our margin set. And again, we need to look at print preview and make sure it's all going to fit on one page. So actually looking at mine, I think all bits of it go onto 2 pages, so I'm going to have to look at my left and right margins, these ones here, and bring these along a bit, and bring this one along a bit as well. And then, okay, so that all now fits neatly onto the one page. And again, some of these totals you might want to bring down and also border them so that it looks like a good enough invoice. Okay, so I'm just going to do protection in the next video.